Alright everyone, well we loaded up another session here at Daytona International Speedway on the road course, but this time in a new car, another new car from the brand new iRacing season. This build includes the Dallara P217 LMP2 car, which I'm very excited about and pumped to drive because I haven't messed too much around with the LMP2 cars in iRacing before, but this one looks awesome, the interior is awesome, the outside's awesome, and I can't wait to drive it. I'm not the best road racer, not at this track in particular, but I think I can do my part to at least provide some valuable feedback about what this new car includes and hopefully get you guys excited to try it out yourself here on iRacing once you update your sim. Definitely got a lot of power. Typical LMP2 car. A lot of power, but also a lot of grip. So this is just a baseline setup, but we'll see what it could do. So you hear the traction control there as we spin it out already. A lot more power than the Corvette we just tested, and less rear grip, mainly just because of that power. Spun the rear tires coming out of turn 2. It's got grip up to speed, of course. I will say just that first gear wheel spin, the biggest thing is you catch that traction control and you start fighting it, and you don't let the car work for you just like that. You can see how it just kind of spins out on you. I need to shut the traction control off so I can loop it around, but I forget what my hotkey is. Well, we'll get some heat in the tires and see if that clears itself up a little bit. Just gotta have to be mindful of that. Definitely going to need to be mindful of that for sure. Open up the wheel a little bit more on exit. The biggest thing is when you fight that traction control, it's almost no saving it. The reason for that is the car bogs itself down. So in a stock car or something like that, where you have a lot of power, you can drive through that wheel spin. You can manage the throttle and make the car do things, kind of manipulate it. We'll go easy through here the first time around. I'm going to have to hit second. But when you have the traction control and it bogs the motor down, you can't stay in the gas or adjust your throttle input to kind of compensate and steer the car or drive the car through a slide. It just bogs down so much that it's very difficult to save, and you just continue to spin out unless you back completely off the throttle and let the car do the work for you, which I definitely did not do in either of those situations, but that's part of the reason why I'm not used to driving these cars yet, as you can see. For a second there, I thought I overdrove turn 1. I might have had a wee bit of brake lockup, but this car has a tremendous amount of downforce and great stopping power between that and the brakes that are on it. A little less wheel spin that time. Still got some of it, even though the tires have some heat in it by now. Drive it into the corner really deep, though. Ah, I thought I had it that time, but I caught the curb and lost all my grip right there. We'll get back on the track. I feel like I'm driving a fighter jet, though. This thing is so fast, especially just with the view that you have in the cockpit and the immersion you feel. It's really awesome. We'll run one more lap after this, try to get a cleaner one. Still learning the car. Should be able to drive into this corner much deeper as well and lift a lot later. Just like that. No front stretch chicane either. It's not the stock car layout. It's the regular IMSA Rolex 24-hour road course here at Daytona. All right. Let's get gathered back up here, refocused, and try to lay down a good lap.
50.457.
You can see how deep I drove it into turn 1 that time. It did not feel like I was going to make the corner, but I just trusted the car and let it do the work for me. Got carried away that time, though. See, that time I think I could have slowed the car down, but I didn't maximize the capability I have with these brakes. I'm worried about locking them up, but I have a lot more braking power and stopping power than it feels like. Made it through there that time. See what our first lap was. Got into the rev limiter there a little bit. It's going to slow us down here on the straightaway. I wasn't really focusing. Well, we spun out, but that was a minute 50, so this one should be significantly quicker. Gonna give it one more lap just because this car is so much fun to drive. I feel grouped back together here for sure after completing that lap.
One minute 39.547.
See, that time I didn't get into the corner as hard. This car is amazing. I was worried I was gonna lose some of that stopping power as second lap or not be able to get into turn one as deep, but I think I could have. I'm getting used to the traction control in this car, what it feels like as well, so I'm able to compensate for that a little bit better. And kind of manipulate what the car is doing. I feel like I'm doing a better job with it right now. In those low speed corners in the tighter part of the track on the infield portion. Much better through there. I could be way more aggressive with this car is what I'm learning. It has a tremendous amount of just overall capabilities. Braking, steering, power, everything. You can carry a lot more speed everywhere and keep your momentum up, which is part of the reason it's so fun to drive. And we'll try to see what we can do in turn one here. Get it a little bit harder once again.
9.632.
Had some left front lock up there that time. So that was about all I had as far as that last corner entry, but like I said, the car's got a lot more capability than I think, and I just need to drive it a little bit harder, trust the car, let the car do more of the work, but already started to adapt to it there after just a handful of laps. So I'm excited to try to run our first race in it and learn more about how this car drives, but I hope you all check it out and are able to pick it up in iRacing's newest update.